Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Investing Bros. It is June 8th.
First off, I want to show you the price on Cardano. As you can see here, this is Cardano, guys.
It's a legitimate coin now, yeah.
It's a legitimate coin now. It is up 8.23% today. So
Wow.
shout out to Jim Cramer and Cardano on that. That's fantastic. So guys, we had initial jobless claims. Amount of unemployment filed in the past week, previously at 233,000. Consensus and forecast was 235. Actually came in at 261. We have nothing tomorrow at all. Boredom on the level 2. Let's go to level 1, see if we have anything coming in tomorrow. Yeah, it's Baker Hughes oil rig count and total rig count. So that's what you have for tomorrow. And then next week, guys, is going to be the big, huge one here. And that is going to be the core inflation coming in on Tuesday with the CPI data. And then on Wednesday next week, we're going to have FOMC coming out. Inflation came down 0.01%. So, we were up a little tiny bit yesterday, and now we're back down to 2.83. So there's that one. Traders getting liquidated means traders made money too. So looking at Bitcoin here, liquidations in the past 24 hours, kind of slowing down, guys. 24 million, almost 25 million. And a lot of longs getting liquidated on this pullback that we had yesterday, which we're going to show you on the chart here in a minute. But yeah, liquidations are greatly starting to slow down, especially if I come over here, look at 24-hour. We'll see Binance total liquidations was only 32 million. Total liquidations was only 76 million. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's actually really low in comparison to what we've been seeing. So liquidations are starting to slow down. A lot of people just watching the markets right now.
Well, we got about 6 days left here, guys, until Jerome Powell takes the stage again, and we get to hear more about what their plans are with interest rates. But we're predicting at this point, 73% still saying we're going to be pausing for the first time in well over a year. Although don't necessarily get too crazy hopeful this is the end, because we're still predicting July. 51% is predicting we're going to get one more rate hike in July. A lot can still change, though. Oh, we just updated 76% that we're going to be paused here. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 50, back in the boring zone right here in neutral. We did drop briefly to 43 the other day, but of course, we're now back up. We've been hovering for a while between 48 and 53. We're in the smack dead middle at 50 right now. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Nothing necessarily crazy happening. Jump over the charts, and usually we do Bitcoin TA first, but we're going to start with Cardano today. Let's go out to the daily chart and kind of start with maybe some more of the negative things. Starting off with just using our Fibonacci. First of all, we broke out of this rising trading channel here a little bit ago. You guys know we've talked about that in the past. The news here the other day after that lawsuit with Binance was announced by the SEC, and it named Cardano as a potential security. Not saying it definitely was, just accusing of. The price of Cardano fell out of our trading channel. We're heading down. We told you guys here the other day, keep an eye out as we're moving down at this golden pocket. This is a somewhat positive sign that this golden pocket right here at about 32, bottom level about 31 cents, is a pretty strong level. Of course, if this were to get lost, watch for a double bottom over here back at 29 cents. But as it stands right here, guys, this is a great signal right here that could be a massive buy signal. Cardano is bleeding. People are freaking out. But I want to show you guys down here before I pull back up the chart prime indicators. This is just looking at volume. We talked about this the other day with Bitcoin as well. With this high volume, a couple of these candles, they're big too. Like, I'm not necessarily a big proponent. Look at this one over here. You guys see this big candle of volume? It kind of matched with a pretty decent sized candle on the chart. So I'm like, not necessarily the bottom. But when you see these massive ones, so this one right here, massive volume candle, that candle's still pretty big. Not necessarily what we want. It's this one. This is a big volume candle. And yes, we have a long wick, but we have a very small candle in comparison to this volume. This, to me, is one of the biggest signs of a bottoming out activity. We definitely could fall back down. I told you guys already, watch for 29. Even the platinum pocket here down at 28 cents, that's another level if we keep dropping that you want to keep your eye on. But when we are seeing just the volume alone and the golden pocket being hit the way it is being hit, that right there alone is a pretty strong bottom signal that this could be a great place. Let's go ahead and turn back on some of our chart prime indicators. So even though we ignored it, we did get a reversal flash in here the other day at this other spot. Now, that could have been very tempting to go ahead and buy in right there. I told you guys, seeing a reversal flash is nice. The volume didn't necessarily back it up. Again, we had a lot of volume, but that volume was confirmed with a decent amount of negative price action. So to me, that wouldn't have been the strongest confluence. But seeing that we're hit this reversal flash and seeing that we're having this massive volume come in as we're hitting a pretty significant level of support at the golden pocket, this is starting to paint a picture of some really nice confluence. Couple things we're looking at here, guys. I talked about this the other day, but I want to bring it up to your attention again. I'm keeping my eyes on these two different lines here, these trends for Bitcoin. The yellow line more respecting candle body closes, and that has to do with candle body closes we had back here on January 5th. Also, candle body closes that we had back here on March 10th. We have wick down, and where we touched that very strong horizontal level of support of 25.2, 25.3 area, we also came and touched that yellow line. I have this blue line here that's respecting candle wicks. So I'm going to keep this up here. At the moment, we are respecting this yellow line. That could be a massive level of support right there, but I'm going to keep my eyes on the blue line just in case we end up breaking through the yellow as well. You want to make sure you're looking at everything that you can. First of all, let's look at the daily chart. We have not seen this in a little while. The last time we got a bullish flash on the oscillator on the daily chart from Chart Prime was that massive bottom back on March 10th, March 11th. So we just got a green triangle with bullish divergence forming right here. So just even on the daily chart, guys, looking a little bullish. Let's even take a look at what Fibonacci is saying. Let's start off with maybe this March 10th bottom. We're sitting right at the 0.5 level. Again, another strong level of support. A lot of confluence. Now, the bad news again, JP Morgan coming in and telling us that they're predicting 45. Don't love that number, but the charts themselves are very beautiful this morning. Let's take a look down here for our chart with our nice reversal flash here. That's one of the things that sets Chart Prime apart from the others. I love these reversal predictions. Are they right 100% of the time? No, not necessarily. This is actually a pretty good call right here because we did rally. We just got rejected. But a lot of times you guys are seeing these bullish reversals, bearish reversals. Just look at some of the places that they are hitting. Chart Prime is good. It's good. Anyway, we got our bullish flash here on the 4-hour chart. We also got our oversold with our green triangle here that gave us that nice call as well. We did get some bearish divergence that called this little top right here. And now we're kind of hovering right in the middle, kind of in an indecision zone. You guys can see on the RSI primed, we're kind of hovering right at the 50 line. So nothing necessarily crazy. Are we seeing before our very eyes the development of an inverse head and shoulders pattern? If you guys are struggling to see it, left shoulder right here, we have our nice Batman head, and look at that. Like, is this a pretty inverse head and shoulders pattern? No, but rarely are they that pretty. If these were to play out, again, chance it doesn't. Always going to keep our eyes on the charts, but let's just pretend for a second. If we can get some bullish rally coming in here, we got our neckline, we go to the bottom of our Batman head, we come up to that neckline, and then we move this over to a potential breakout spot. This not only would break us out of this resistance level of the falling trading channel, but would give us a price prediction up here towards 29,286. Once we hit that level, guys, now if you were to use the opening of this channel and move this over to a potential breakout spot, this gives us a price prediction right here. Boom. Back up pretty much to $31,000.
Looking at Ethereum here on the 4-hour, guys, what we're seeing right now, Ethereum still trading inside of its platinum pocket here. These purple lines that you're seeing on here with this dash red line right here, this is a fixed range volume profile running through this entire period, going back to, let's see here, 17 March, my wife's birthday. So running all the way through here, we've kind of been playing with this value area low to the value area high. So I've been watching for this 786 right here at 1825 approximate to hold. Bring in the oscillators, see what we're seeing here on the 4-hour. We can see money flow right here, the MFI on the Trend Fusion oscillator sitting right there. Looks like it's about to do a little curvature right there. Looks like it's trying to come up right here, but it does look like we're starting to get a flatten. So it is possible we could see some more downside today, but I do think that the 786 net value area low is going to continue to hold. But right now, it does look like on the traditional oscillator that we're coming up towards the zero line. As long as we don't get a zero line bounce here, it is very likely that we're going to get a bounce on here, and then this could bring price back up. Be watching for about 1900 range.
Big discussion piece I want to go through here. ChatGPT predicts 6 things that will trigger the next Bitcoin bull market. We have adoption, we have technological developments, regulatory clarity, economic and geopolitical factors, the Bitcoin halving, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 meaning we are not close to having this. The Bitcoin bull market is not ready. 10 meaning, dang, that already happened. We should be good to go. Adoption. So a couple things about adoption is talking about market and institutional. So we're looking at both of them. The price will resume its upward trajectory once more businesses start accepting Bitcoin as payment method. ChatGPT said the factors such such as the integration of Bitcoin payment options by major companies or the launch of regulated Bitcoin investment vehicles can contribute to a real bull market. Recall the numerous firms such as MicroStrategy, MassMutual, Tesla, BlackRock, and others. They either purchased portions of the asset or engaged with it in a different way during the last bull market. A repeat of this scenario could start another bull run. All right, so institutional and market adoption. Piper, what is your rating right now for where we are sitting with adoption in the Bitcoin process?
I'm gonna have to go with like a 3 because
Okay.
globally there is some, but it is nowhere near there yet. So on 1, I'm on a 3.
Yeah. I'm going to go a little higher with a 5, but I'm being a little optimistic here because I'm going to go take a step further. We're not even just talking about institutions. There's a report we saw this morning, and of course, it's opinion pieces, and this has been in the rumor mills for a while, but Bitcoin and Russia are getting very close to all out making Bitcoin trading extremely legal and like encouraged. So we're going past institution. We might even talk about governmental adoption happening. Moving on, number 2, technological developments. For instance, the Bitcoin network, I think it means started seeing enhanced adoption and engagement after the Taproot upgrade, which allowed for the creation of NFTs on top of it. Significant advancements in Bitcoin's underlying technology or improvements in scalability, security, or privacy features can generate excitement and attract more users and investors. Piper, what are you going to give us a rating for technological development?
Technological development, I'll give it a 5 or a 6.
I was going to say 6, I think. Not necessarily everything we could do, but of course, with Bitcoin ordinals more recently.
It would be much higher if the politicians weren't stepping all over and crushing innovation. It would be much higher.
We're gonna get there here in just a second, but yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Number 3, regulatory clarity. ChatGPT says clear and favorable regulation can provide a more stable environment for cryptocurrencies, increasing investor confidence. Positive regulatory developments such as the recognition of Bitcoin as a legal form of payment or establishment of support frameworks for cryptocurrency businesses can encourage market growth. Wow, I mean, I don't know how much we need to discuss this. How would you rate regulatory clarity?
Man, I got to give it something because Europe's coming out with it. Canada's coming out with it.
We can't just think about America.
We can't just say 0. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm an international man, so I got to go with international bias, right? Let's go with on regulatory clarity. I'm going to go with a 4. I think we're on our way there. Mind you, U.S. is a big market. And it needs to be, a major piece of that. But we definitely have some baseline stuff that we could take and build into ours. And we just had Congress that released a little bit of clarity on that, which is happened right before Gary Gensler's, baby hissy fit. So
Piper, you just upgraded my rating from a 2 to a 3. I'm going to go with 3. I think America, even though there are other countries involved, America sets a large precedence for other countries are going to do. Again, we have China and Russia flirting with the concept of being more favorable. That's going to be a big deal. Hopefully Congress here on the 13th just does an absolute slap to the face of Gary Gensler and the SEC, but you can't count your chickens before they hatch just yet. I'm going to go with a 3. I think there's signs that the potential is there, but it's like those same signs could flip on us and we could get ourselves into even deeper confusion. Economic and geopolitical factors. In times of economic uncertainty, some investors may view Bitcoin as a hedge against traditional finance systems, potentially driving its price up. So pretty much it's saying if the economy goes down, what it says here is the worse the economy gets, could people start moving over towards Bitcoin. What are your thoughts about that one, Piper? What do you rate us?
I give it a 2. We're not quite there yet. I don't think people have seen the vision.
I'm going to be on the other side of the spectrum. I think we're sitting at a 7 or 8 because we have definitely a lot of economic confusion and craziness right now.
But using Bitcoin as a hedge in those times, I don't think we're there yet. We're way down with all the stuff that we've
maybe had. We'll call it a 4 or 5. We'll go with 4 or 5. Bitcoin halving. I think this is the last one. So the Bitcoin halving. Historically, halving events have coincided with bull markets as reduced supply and potential increase in demand have as a positive effect on Bitcoin's price. Of course, we also know, guys, when we look at historically, we're getting actually close to the time that bullish momentum, it starts to think bullishly this far away from a halving. But what are your thoughts, Piper? What rate did you give the Bitcoin halving playing a factor?
A 10. I still think the Bitcoin halving exists as a factor. 4-year cycles are still a thing, and until I see that break, that is 100% happening.
I'm even taking a look at it. Let's see here. The bullishness of Bitcoin kind of starts about 100 days before, and if we have a Bitcoin halving, we're going to say, let's just call it April 1st. Let's start with April 1st. 100 days is going to put us into December, January. So we really should start seeing bullish momentum starting in January, February. So this one's hard because I'm going to give it a rating of closer to like 5 because, I mean, that means like, hey, this is still intact. 4-year cycle is still intact, but we got to wait till the end of this year to really start seeing real bullish momentum start to happen.
Wow, you made it to the end of the video. Great job. Now, if you want more content like this, whether it be TA on Bitcoin and Ethereum or altcoins, or you just want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest news in crypto, then stay tuned and tune in to our 9 a.m. live show every single weekday morning. It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when you tune in live, use the keyword grip strength in the chat, and you'll get a special shout out from anyone who's paying attention to the chat. Love to see you there.